So we're gonna be doing a quick. Um, I wanted to do a quick live review of the Massachusetts, and this is actually a dope one because this one. Put on the lighter. Hold on one second. Of course, I probably should have been ready before I started this, but give it the natural feel. Um, so the Massachusetts by Con Kiss. I'm not actually sure how you would pronounce the name. It's like Conchis. So whatever. The Massachusetts by this guy right here, Con Kiss, and it's actually a collaboration between him and Let Me See What You're Smoking. They did a collaboration on this, which is pretty cool. It's that's a New York guy who's well respected. So it was interesting to see him do a collab with a Massachusetts person. You don't really see that often, but the flower itself, if I'm not mistaken, was a cross of the LA Beatnik and some of my brain right now. I wish this wasn't a live stream so I could actually say exactly what it was, but the 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 flower itself actually surprisingly pretty good. Pretty good. It is actually something that is going to be checking off most boxes that people really care about, but the things that I would actually say are a huge flaw when it came to it was the inconsistency in like the way it actually tastes. It's one of those ones where it almost has this almost old like it's almost like dead type taste at some moments where it's just like this like dead air almost. It's like the stale air sometimes. And that's like the only real flaw that I actually was able to see with it. The actual effects with it were pretty good, but if I was gonna like overall give it a ranking, I would say it's probably like a 6 out of 10. It's not something that I would be chasing down, but very much understanding why they actually did a collab on this. It's something that was cool to try. Right now, I'm smoking some of the blueberry bubblegum, which this one's pretty good. This one is from New England Organics, and honestly, New England Organics is it's the first time I ever tried it, so don't know yet, but not bad for the overall experience. I will have to say though, relating back to what I was speaking on before, the Massachusetts, um, I would actually give it my recommendation overall. It's something that I would definitely say to try at least once because it's one of those things that is just so different in a interesting way. So even though it's not the best overall ranking, it's something I would give a recommendation for because if I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be something you can access for a very decent amount. It's not super expensive, not super expensive at all. So if you can get it for a fair number, it's something to try. But my thoughts on carts in 2025, it has to be rosin. It has to be rosin carts. And that's my thoughts when it comes to concentrates. When it comes to concentrates in general, when it comes to any of that, because I've been making a lot of edibles lately. I definitely should post a lot more videos of all the edibles that I've been making. I've been literally doing edibles for different brands lately, which is such a cool move. It's such a honor to actually have brands consider me to do this, but it's like one of those things that it's not super consistent yet. I'm not gonna count my chickens before they hatch. You know what I mean? It's definitely something that will I'm gonna take on as much as I can. But it's such an honor to actually have people actually want me to do that for them. That and like the hash holes, do the rolls for them and whatnot. But the edibles is just a fun one because it's like a creative project. That being said, when you're doing edibles, think about it like this: if you make it with a solvent-based extract, what a solvent-based extract is a chemical or an alcohol. You're using this to separate the trichomes, the THC, from the actual plant. You're separating that because there's a majority of the plant that's just this dead nonsense that doesn't really matter for you at all. So what they do is they use these solvents to extract it off, but you also could extract it off with heat or cold, which that's the solventless extracts. Those are the hash forms, those are like the rosins, all that fun stuff that's a little bit more expensive because it's much more difficult to actually extract it in this way. It's much more tedious and it's something that is going to pay off in the long run, but a lot of people aren't going to consider even trying to do that because it's like a grass-fed steak. It could be just mislabeled, and someone could be just trying to tell you it's this when it's actually the commercial nonsense. So it's very tricky. I appreciate you. I appreciate you actually saying that. I think that when it comes to what I'm doing, it's going to take a long time before people actually pay attention, and I think it's almost going to be one of those things like people are gonna have to like really see like a huge case on the news or some shit when it comes to like the sprayed weed for my page to ever make sense. You know what I mean? It's gonna have to be like a huge case on like the sprayed weed causing people to have fill in the blank. You know what I mean? And it's gonna happen. To be honest, one of these different things is gonna strike where it's going to unfortunately cause a lot of people to have a bad reaction, and it is what it is. That's unfortunately why pages like mine would ever have success, and that's just an unfortunate reality to the success of like any pages on here. It's usually not for the right reasons, which I do think sprayed weed will probably be that. I think once LMS drops that sprayed weed documentary, it's going to be very interesting to see the reactions from the people because at this point everyone seems to understand that there is some portion of the weed that's out there that is literally terrible for you. It's the opposite of medicine when it was only legalized for its medical benefits. So it's definitely becoming this drug that people are very much secretly slashing everyone's throats with. But I basically just came here to do that live review. I definitely want to start doing a few more live reviews on here to connect with the people, do more actual talking in a live way where I actually give people the opportunity of giving a reaction, all that too. But I also want to keep up with some of the reviews that I have. I have so many that I've written for, but I just haven't got around to being able to record or edit the videos that I even have recorded. So I'm just going to post them in live form. Much love, much respect to anyone who watches it to the end. And I definitely will try to figure out something cool for 420. It's coming up, it's right around the corner. So I'm very interested to hear what everyone's going to be doing for it. Definitely let me know. I'm not 100% positive if I'm going to be going to New York or Boston. Either or, we're going to figure out some sort of way to do some cool stash and dash or something. I think that'll be really fun for the people. So, much love, much respect.